Former Fort Worth police officer charged with the murder of Atatiana Jefferson appeared very briefly in court today while Jefferson's family waited outside in the hallway. Aaron Dean's motion setting lasted only a few minutes. It was really more of a procedural hearing for lawyers to discuss how motions would be filed. This case, along with many others, was put on hold for much of the pandemic. And even today, spectators, including Jefferson's family, were forced to wait outside the courtroom due to the distancing requirements. It was October of 2019 when Dean responded to Jefferson's home after a neighbor requested a welfare check after seeing her door was left open. Court documents said the 28-year-old was playing video games with her nephew and was shot when she approached her window to see who was outside.
Put your hands up! Show me your hands!
An arrest warrant says Dean never announced that he was a police officer as he walked around the house. Dean resigned from the department before he could be fired, according to Fort Worth police, and never gave a statement to police investigators as to why he fired his weapon. Even though Jefferson's family was here today with their attorney representing them, they said that they could not speak about the case because there is a gag order in effect. In Fort Worth, I'm Chris Sadeghi. Now back to you.